Hey, what up? It's Jack Spade back with another Logic video. For all the people who come here for Ableton Live videos, don't worry, I will be making some more very shortly. But this update in Logic is real dope. I've been with Logic for a while. I mean, since about like 2008, 2009. I first bought like version 8, I think it was. So yeah, I've been rocking with them for a while. So when they come out with updates, I pay attention. So in this video, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite updates in this new Logic, and that is the step sequencer. Now, I'm not a big user of step sequencers usually because I like to tap things out and everything like that. I just think it's more fun like that. But this step sequencer is so dope, I might start using it, especially when I'm on a go and I don't have a controller with me. So let's go ahead and open it up. And I'm just going to go through some of the features. I know if you've probably seen other people go through these features and everything. But what I'm going to do is actually make a beat. So you could right click and hit create a pattern, and it'll make that pattern like that. But there's another way to do it. You can just hit E and go to step sequencers, and you can either like add something right here and it'll create a region. Or you could change the steps. Whatever you do down there, it'll reflect up here. And let me go ahead and stretch that out. All right, so I'm gonna start making a beat. If you're curious, I have a kit loaded. All of these sounds come from my machine expansion pack, Lucid Mission. And you can just get that on Native Instruments site if you like these sounds. I'm not affiliated. But anyway, so let's say I wanted to, let's start making a beat actually. Let's see here. Let's change this to some more steps here. Let's go 64 steps. So there's a lot of things you can do, like if you wanted to change the offset of these to make it, you know, like not on the grid as much, you could go down here and you could try to find, you know, wait to offset come up, you know. There we go. And then you could change the, you know, the offset a little bit. I think it's much easier to either go up here and go to offset, or the best way to do it is the key command. So it would be Control Option, and then F would be offset. Then you got V for velocity. So it's always going to be Control Option, and then to go back to the step mode, you go to Control Option S. So each one of these things has Control Option something on it. I don't know all of them yet, but I know like the main ones I use, Control Option R for note repeat, et cetera, et cetera. So I want to go to offset. So Control Option F for offset. So. And I like doing this just to, it just gives it a more live feel instead of that robotic sounding feel. And I just might just go through here and just take them off the grid a little bit. sloppy sounding. All right. Now what I want to do is let's add a hi-hat. Oh, by the way, you could add automation, and there's a lot of stuff you could automate, obviously. So you could change the automation value of the pan, which is real cool. So I go back to the kit. Now what I want to do, Control Option S to go back to step mode, and I'm gonna change this right here so that I could put eighth notes on my hi-hat. Hold down Control plus or minus, and you could change the grid like that. So I like to do eighth notes for my hi-hat when I start out. By the way, if you don't want that sound to play when you hit that, you could just hit this button right here, and this is the MIDI out button. You can also hit Option O. So let me Option O, turn that off real quick. Whoops. Let's get rid of that. All right, and let's Control Option V. Then you can change the velocity here. Now let's do some note repeats. So Control Option R. So right about here, maybe. Should be these two here. All right, so now what I want to do is add a snare. So let's go Shift Control S, go back to step mode. All right, so that's cool. Now let's say I wanted to layer this snare with this snare right here. Let me move them closer. Okay, so to layer this snare, you can do it like this. And let me hear the snare real quick. So I'll go to Option O. You could do it like that. But the quick way to do it is just to copy this row and paste row. And let's turn this down a little bit. have it. Okay, so now that you got this pattern, you can actually save this pattern. You know, um, you can go to save pattern and name it Trap 101. So now that's forever in your user pattern. You could bring that up anytime. So that's really dope. You can also go over here and let's say you're doing a whole bunch of patterns. So you could just like put that one there and then you can add a little variation to the next one or whatever. Let's add some like shakers. Do right here. All right, so now that's a variation right there. You can just drop that in there. You can change the color. You do that by hitting Alt or Option C. You know, you can change the color with this palette right here, just to make sure that you know it's a different variation. So that's pretty cool. So you could just build up a whole bunch of these patterns and just keep them over here. But you can also convert this to MIDI and play with it that way. And these patterns over here will stay over here when you convert this to MIDI. So you could right click and I go to convert to MIDI region. Now you got everything, you know, in MIDI in the piano roll like how you're normally used to seeing it. But if you wanted to actually like edit these in a different region for each one of these, you can do that very simply. All you got to do is right click and let's see here, separate by note pitch. So now you got it all separated. So for each one of these tracks, you're using a sampler. And since you're using a sampler, you can play the different notes on your keyboard for different pitches. So let's say you wanted to change the different pitches of your hi-hat. You can do that real easy right here. Make it more drastic so you can hear it. So this is really cool. It's probably even a quicker way to do it. I'm just showing you the possibilities though. There you go. This step sequencer is really huge, and I can understand why people like FL Studio, because you know you can make beats really quick with their step sequencer, and I think this Logic step sequencer, although I haven't used the FL Studio one, I think this one is just a game changer, especially for people like me. Logic is going to be the thing that I'm going to be making beats with on the go. When I don't have no MIDI controller, I can just, you know, fire up Logic and make some beats. So yeah, so like and subscribe. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. I'll be back with more Logic content. I'll be back with more Ableton Live content. I'm actually going to do a comparison between the two and show you the different workflows between those two DAWs. Both of which I love, and now I love Logic even more than I did before, because these updates are really dope. Appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I'm coming back with some more content, trying to give value to all of you music producers, songwriters, and things like that. So, yeah, that's about it. Y'all be easy.